Hey everybody, Friday afternoon, the light is going, found a photo spot nearby potentially. 20-minute drive, something like that. I have to go since the light is going. I think I already said that. As you can see, I'm a bit in rush mode. Some dead trees in the water in a small lake by a river close to the bigger city in my area. So let's stop wasting time and drive there and see what we can find. Alright, so I made it to this field or meadow or however you want to call it, with these trees in the background, and don't know if you can see it. Now it's about finding the right place and spot to find a nice composition. There's a path here that I'll follow, and let's see what we can do. Yeah, I think this already makes for quite a nice picture. I've only walked for about 100 meters, I guess, and I came around the bend or around the corner to get this view, and I think this is actually really nice. I will take this picture right now, and then I'm gonna walk out a bit closer to these trees to try and get different perspectives and more closer. But this already looks quite nice. So as you can tell, this place would also be very good for a bird photographer, wildlife photography. There's ducks and geese and all sorts of birds here. I'm not here for the birds this time, although I did bring my 70 to 200 mil, so I could potentially snap a picture of a bird if I find something interesting. But I like a place like this in conditions like this, especially when there's this very obvious subject here. Those trees in the water, they are dead. They make for a nice reflection on a sunny day as well, when there's no wind. It's a little bit windy now, but the thing is the fog, the mist, that really eliminates the background behind these trees, so it isolates them even more, draws the attention to them a lot more. So it makes this type of photography, I wouldn't say easier, but more obvious to really focus and isolate on your subject. And again, I'm gonna have to find a composition that I feel is like the composition. The shot I got up there was a nice warm-up picture, I think, but I'm gonna try and continue on this path and get like behind the trees, because there's some construction going on that way. There's some concrete and there's some more trees there, and the view from there this way is less obstructed, it's open, so you get like a clean sheet of mist behind these trees, so no background distractions. Enough talking, let's get out there and give it a try. So I guess I'll be shooting this from around here. It's extremely muddy, wet and slippery over here. I think this area was flooded a couple of days ago. This time of year, the river that runs here expands, swells up and floods these basins, and it looks like it was very wet here. But yeah, this looks like a spot where I could take a few pictures. I have my Nikon with me, my D500, My 70 to 200 millimeter is on there, so I could get like more close-up shots compressed of sections of the trees, and perhaps afterwards I also brought my 17 to 55. I will shoot some wider shots as well. But let's start with a few more cropped in or zoomed in pictures with the 70 to 200. And I need to find a place where I can put my bag where it doesn't get too dirty. I think here on this shrub or bushes. So I got a few shots with the 70 to 200 mil now, but I think this scene asks for a sorry, for a wider shot. So I'm just gonna switch to my 17 to 55 to get more of the trees in the frame. And I have my polarizer attached on my 17 to 55. I don't think it will do much in these conditions, so I'll take that off. Let's attach this. Put this away. And the lens cap. Always protect your glass. Yeah, let's take off this polarizer. And let's try for some more shots. I have to be really careful where I walk here. It's like so wet and muddy. Yeah, I like this a lot better. It's wider now, and I want to go like into the water basically, where I can get like no foreground distractions, but that will mean getting really wet and cold, so I'm not going to do that. And I can't really go too far to the edge of the water because I will get wet anyways. So I'll try panorama, I guess, and probably in post-processing these images I might clean out the foreground, remove them. But let's see what happens, you know. That's the beauty about this type of photography. I never know what I'm ending up doing with a shot like this until it's on the computer. Like, I have a good idea of what I'm doing here now, what kind of shots that I want, but in post-processing they might, you know, stay the same or change with the way of cleaning the surroundings, the crops, the dimensions, color. This might be a nice black and white as well, so it's always to me as well a surprise what happens as soon as I see these pictures on the screen. But I do like this spot though. It's really nice, especially with the fog, and yeah, it's cold with these conditions. It's nice. Yeah, I think that already I'm quite happy with what I have so far. yeah, it's getting a little bit darker, and I think this was the best spot to photograph these trees. But since I'm here anyways, I might walk around this area a little bit more, this corner here, to maybe get like 1 or 2 extra compositions and then call it a day. I will be back here for sure in summer, perhaps like during sunset. This could be a nice place for that. It looks like there's might even be some ice on the water. It was, yeah, we had like -6, -5 degrees Celsius the past couple of days, so it has been a little bit cold. Nothing too much, but I in general just really like these conditions. You don't see too many people. They are all at home, sitting inside their warm houses or at work, and the crazy guys are outside, right? Like getting out in the cold, and yeah, I mean, but it pays off. I get to see a place like this on my own right now in these conditions, and come away with a handful of nice pictures. Because, as I said, I do think I already have got a few pictures that I'm happy with. So let's try and get a few more bonus shots. So I did walk around the corner a little bit more, and yeah, there was some ice there, but not too much. A lot of mud and just wet wet grass, so nothing more interesting than the other place. So I would just finish my little hike around this little lake and then head back to the car and home. So this was just a short video. Well, I talked a bit more, I guess, about setting up my shot and things like that, but all in all I've been out under an hour. Just a very short local trip. Okay, I couldn't leave with getting a few extra shots of this sluice in Dutch, sluice in English, waterlock. I don't know what the English word for it is, but yeah, since the river has been flooding, there's still a lot of water in it, and that makes for quite the spectacle with the water rushing. I always love that sound. So this was the final shots of this video. Just couldn't pass up on not walking by here and shooting a few frames.